brakes.
So there is Alex Tagliani, and the Quebec native is out in front. And we asked him before the race, what would it be like to win at Montreal?
It would be, I don't know, a dream come true. I won in Atlantic. I got on the pole in IndyCar there. You know, you know, the people from Quebec are really fanatics, and everybody from NASCAR loves going there because they see the atmosphere and they love the track. So if a guy from there could win, would be definitely fantastic.
And here's the thing to think about, guys. His two other races back in 2009 in the Nationwide Series, on a speedway, he finished 38th. On a road course, 26th. Here he is leading.
Yeah, and the road race experts will tell you that these are the most difficult cars to drive, period. Whether it's an oval or road course, they have a very difficult time adapting to these. As we look here, Scott Speed hits pit road. Jim, what do you have on the 33?
Well, let me tell you, Rick, Scott Speed has been as quiet on the radio as I've ever heard him. This is simply a splash and go. With 23 laps to go, they are in their fuel window. Scott Speed, as we said earlier, putting on quite an audition for next year.
And he is one of the few that we can absolutely guarantee it will be able to go the distance for the race, because Alex Tagliani's last pit stop came at lap number 28, so he has got to come in soon.
Rusty, I'm watching Alex, and he seems to be working a little harder to stay in front of Robbie Gordon than Robbie trying to catch him.
Well, this is, you know, he doesn't have many reps in a car like this, but I'm so impressed at how fast this guy is and how much he's caught on. Alex Tagliani has really impressed me for being a road racer, but you can't expect that he knows everything about these big, heavy cars. Those Indy cars, about 1,530 pounds of total weight. These cars, about 3,400. Look at Boris said, guys, off course.
Off course is right into the gravel pit, and that is down at the hairpin. One of those trouble spots we talked about at the beginning.
And I think Boris might have had a left front tire go down. If you look at the character of the left front fender, it makes me wonder that he might have had a problem breaking into the turn.
And that brings out our third caution. And here's one of the guys that's going to get big benefit from this. Marcus Ambrose. He was over a minute behind the race leaders. He's still on the lead lap. He's going to be able to tighten back up into this field. We're going to have another restart. There is Marcus. And let's show you what happened to Boris said that brings out this third caution.
This is leading into turn 13.
Yeah,
I'm
looks
sorry,
like
turn 10.
It actually looked like he started wheel hopping the back of the car, guys, and slid off course.
And he continues to hit the wall, almost like he, you know, there's something broke, and he's like, I know I'm done.
I'm just wondering if your first analysis was right, speculating about the tire, because it looked like, you know, it was getting twitchy and then heading to the wall.
Right.
You know, they kept working on the front suspension of that car. They had the hood open, trying to work on the toe end. Absolutely, maybe a tie rod came unscrewed and the car failed a suspension part. That could happen. Or the back of the car started wheel hopping and he got it out of control.
I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but if you're a Danica Patrick fan, the gas on that front grille means only one thing. She still has brake issues. She did manage to stay on the lead lap, but here's what happened.
Crosses out, you got one two back coming hard, looking to your left, coming inside.
And she can't stop. She gets into the grass here and obviously fills up the grill. She'll have to come down pit road. But if she doesn't have brakes, basically her day's over. The brakes will not come back at this point. They're cooked.
And we saw a lot of problem in last week's Cup race at Watkins Glen, where drivers got off course. In fact, even the Nationwide too, they got off course, got the grass in the front of the grill, caused a lot of problems. And with the splitter being so low, it just scoops all that grass up. It clogs up the grill, unlike some of the older cars in the past.
You can see she's hot, Rusty, and I don't know if you folks at home noticed that, but she had an ice bag inside the race car there. It's right here. She's struggling with the heat. Right underneath her right side belt. It helps a little, you know. If you can, the key to getting through something like this is if you can keep your head cool or your brain cool, it'll convince the rest of your body you're okay. But she has that visor up. That tells me the cold air box has failed. She's not getting any help.
I'll tell you what, if she's going to run full-time in the Nationwide Series next year, she better start working on handling this heat, because right now it's only about 80 degrees out there. It's not too hot.
Well, it's got a roof on it, right? She's used to racing cars that don't have a roof on it, and it's got to be a whole lot more comfortable, certainly more cool. It's less hot.
Well, we can tell you J.R. Fitzpatrick in the number 67 is going to get the free pass, and that'll put 29 cars back on the lead lap. We can tell you also that Blake Cook has taken his car behind the wall. Clements, McClure, Kennington, Ranger, Shepard, Jeff Green also. There is the last pit stops for our top 5. And the question is, do you dare pit with threatening weather?
Well, I think Tagliani's got to pit, don't you, Rusty?
He's running low. He's in the worst shape of everybody in that top 5 group.
Yeah. There are a lot of ways to lose these races, and running out of fuel under caution is not one you want to carry home.
Second worst would be 5th place Justin Allgaier. He last pitted on lap number 29.
Here he comes, Alex Tagliani.
Is he going to come?
He does. Yes, he does.
He made the fake, and now he is going to commit. And here comes Robbie Gordon as well, and a group of others.
I think Marcus Ambrose was saving fuel when he was running a minute behind, Marty. I'd be surprised if he didn't stay out.
He last pitted on lap number 45, and that goes back to what you said. If he gets enough caution, he might be able to make the distance, and he may get up a ton of track position and pick it up here.
I'm going to really be watching this strategy right now, because there's still about 10 guys on different fuel strategies. See what happens here, guys.
All right, let's send it down to Jim Noble.
All right, busy time on pit road. Justin Allgaier's in. They'll take 4 tires and try to pack that fuel cell full so Sunoco Racing Fuel to go the rest of the way. Ahead of him, teammate Jason Leffler. Same deal. They'll make a slight track power adjustment, but 4 tires for Leffler as well. Shannon.
Down here on pit road, we have the 77 Alex Tagliani. He is in his pit box. Says the car's just a little bit sluggish in the chicanes. They're going to make a 4-tire change and fuel. Robbie Gordon also in 4 tires for the 77 and pack it full of
They
fuel.
all pitted nice in front of all. Enough fuel to make it.
Race off pit road, and you can see Trevor Bayne picks up a ton of positions. But remember, we had cars that did stay out on the racetrack. Tagliani loses one. Stenhouse picks up, but Tagliani has fresh tires. So we'll reset the field for you, because Ron Fellows is your new leader with McDowell and Michael Annette. They stayed out. Well, back here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Quebec, we are still under our 3rd caution, and Ron Fellows is our race leader. Let's get the latest. What are you hearing, Jim?
Well, Marty, remember, Ron Fellows cannot talk to his crew, but they can talk to him. Here's why they told Ron Fellows to stay out.
I'm hoping the caution comes out for rain. If the caution comes out for rain, we're in bad city. If it doesn't, we're still all right, because there's a ton of cars between you and the guys that took tires.
So in other words, if it does not rain on this next lap, expect Ron Fellows to hit pit road and get at least a splash of gas.
Well, before we flash back to 2008, think about this. We're working lap 55. He last pitted on lap 32. That's 23 laps. We've seen some people go 26 laps. He's going to run out of fuel unless that rain comes. But talk about rain. Well, Ron Fellows knows well about that subject. He has won 4 times in the Nationwide Series, including right here at Montreal in 2008 when they played that strategy to a T. And that's what they're trying to do right now.
Well, Marty, it looks to me like the top 3 cars definitely will not make it on field if we go back green right here. Patrick Carpentier is very, very marginal, but everybody else on the field looks like they can make it on field now. They all stopped, and they're all in really good shape.
Well, Michael Annette's running in 3rd place. Rick, what are you hearing down on your end of the pit?
Yeah, they are rolling the dice as well. They believe they're about 4 laps short of going the distance. They're going to stay out and hope that during the course of the rest of this race that somehow they get enough yellow flags that they can go ahead and finally catch up on fuel strategy. But right now, the way it stands, Michael Annette would not be able to go the distance.
They last pitted on lap 42. We're working lap 55. And let's check in on Danica Patrick on the brake issues.
2,900. Okay, pump it up right quick. Make sure you got a pedal. You got a good pedal?
No, it's coming back a little. Hang on. Pretty long.
Yeah.
Brake.
Roll off. Don't get caught up.
Yeah, brake system's full of air right now, and when that happens, they're in trouble. They got to bleed all that old air out of there, fluid, let it get a lot of...
When those pads get that thin, the pucks on the caliper come way out, and then the rotors knock them back, and you have to pump forever.
But when you get a long pedal, you've overheated everything. You put air into the system. And you're right, Ricky, that you do get a long pedal, but
you can't race that way.
No, you can't race that way. They've got to get all the air out of the system now, and they were doing the right thing by keeping her on pit road and trying to get all the air out. Get fresh fluid in her, cool everything back down. But still, her brake efficiency still won't be great, but at least she'll have brakes back.
These are all elements of NASCAR racing. If she's full-time next year, this is something that she'll remember, understand better.
All right, let's set this for you because we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The top 6 stayed out. Fellows, McDowell, Annette, Speed, Carpentier, and Stephen Wallace. That's your top 6. And we're racing again here at Montreal.
They got to get through that turn 1. Very crucial right now.
McDowell's going to come out of here with a lead. Oh, he gets a little bump from Fellows.
And Fellows is going to take the spot. You saw from high above.
Just a little bit of contact.
I'll tell you what, guys, Trevor Bain's still in this thing. All the problems he's having. He's in 7th position right now, still going. I mean, they fixed that car, got him back on track. He's recovered.
Keep an eye on Alex Tagliani in that number 12 car, though. Remember, he came in and he put on 4 fresh ones on lap 53. We know he can go the distance.
Stephen Wallace has moved up to 4th. He's working hard on Patrick Carpentier for 3rd. That's a great recovery. He was speeding earlier in the race.
Oh, he did a great job. They hit pit road on lap 50 under green, and we all kind of thought, what's going on? Then the caution flag come out. That put him up front with full tank of fuel and 4 new tires. 66 is in great shape right now.
And Michael McDowell's in great shape as he takes over that 2nd spot. He gets around Carpentier. You're on board with Stephen Wallace, who's in 4th.
Boy, this is a part of the racetrack you really want to make a pass here. It's tough. It's tough right there.
3 wide. There's contact. Carpentier goes around.
Oh, you can almost see it happening right there because that's a turn. That suckers you right in there.
Oh, yeah, 3 wide was not a good decision there. You know, it's hard enough by yourself. 2 wide's asking for trouble, but 3 wide will not work.
And Patrick Carpentier in his last race before he retires is not going to get the finish that he wanted as he finds himself deep in this field right now. Fellows and McDowell have sort of opened up a bit of a margin over Alex Tagliani, who has now moved into 3rd. Trevor Bain is 4th, and the caution is out. Oh, there's the 23. And there is the reason why Alex Kennedy has had contact. And you can see on our lap chart, or on the track, you see right where he is, and that is a precarious position, as that is turn number 8. So quickly, we have our 4th caution. And remember, you were talking about Marcus Ambrose, and he needed some laps.
And guess what? He's got it. Like Ambrose is within striking distance right now. Now he's 12th, and they're closed back up.
Let's go back and show you exactly what happened to Alex. Contact with the 15 at Timmy Hill sends him around and sends Hill through the grass.
Yeah, he just overshot the turn, couldn't get slowed down, got into the back of Timmy Hill, and can't refire the car here.
All right, here we go into this 3 wide deal that didn't work.
Yeah, look, you're going in straight here. There's no way you're going to make this turn, and you're just in too deep.
Yeah, too deep. Thought he could make the pass. He's got nice slides across, gets blocked. Aggressive move right there.
On board with Patrick. And this is the worst view a race car driver ever has.
No, I don't think Patrick knew that there was a car underneath him there either. He was occupied with Michael Annette, the 62, and you know, he didn't expect it because 3 wide won't work.
Well, Carpentier is back to 25th position, still on the lead lap. In fact, we have a total of 28 cars, and it looks like Luis Martinez will get the lucky dog for the 2nd time today and get back on the lead lap. And
saving fuel here.
Saving fuel.
That's about all the competitors will be doing that now, I would say. Just save all you possibly can. Like we talked earlier in our broadcast, they're really concerned about what they learned at Road America when they had 3 green wide checkers and ran a lot of people out of gas because of it.
So a 3-lap run here, a green white checker, would be an extra 9 miles. That's a lot of fuel.
And look at Fellows. I mean, he's almost on fumes. Remember, folks, he pitted on lap 32. We have completed 56.
Yeah, sometimes the weather gets you.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I had him coming out pit road between lap 57 and 59, and he's only 3 laps from that right now. So he's still hoping that rain's can come.
I thought he was fast enough that if he had pitted with the rest of them, he could battle for the win. boy, it's hard to race the weather, isn't it?
It is. You know, and I've learned a long time ago, don't second guess those crew chiefs, because those guys are in there, they're figuring everything, they're sitting back looking at it. As a driver, you're in that car, you're all jacked up, and you're hot, and you're thinking about what's going on, and you need to leave that decision to the crew chief when it comes to that.